get this, not that, rare plant edition. So I'm going to share what uncommon and rare plants maybe haven't worked out for me, and what plants I would recommend getting instead of that are also somewhat uncommon and rare. So I'm going to go to 2 different plant shops, and based on what they have in stock, I'm going to share the ones that worked for me and the ones that maybe didn't. So I hope this is really going to be helpful for some people out there. And this is super subjective because it depends on what kind of plant parent you are, where you live. We all like different types of plants, so take it all with a grain of salt. This is just based on my personal opinion and my experience as a plant mom, going to 2 different plant shops, Horrocks and Flowerland. So it should be a nice fun time. And please let me know what plants you stay away from that are rare and uncommon, and what plants you really love and would have multiple ones in your collection. It's always really helpful, not just to myself, but to everybody in our planty community. Subscribe if you like to see these types of videos, and we also have a really cool community on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So I'm ready to go to the first spot and share, get this, not that. So this place has so many amazing houseplants. And the first one that really caught my eye is this beautiful Alocasia Frydek. They've really come down in price so much. This one's $42.99 for the variegated Alocasia Frydek, which is a really good price compared to what they used to be. And those leaves are really so stunning. However, just like other Alocasias, Frydeks are predisposed to spider mites. And I don't know why, but the Frydeks specifically, I've had a lot of experience with spider mites. Here's just the standard green Alocasia. So here's what I'd recommend instead. Something like this would be great. This is a Syngonium. This is called a Panda Galaxy, I think, yeah. Panda Galaxy Syngonium. This one's 38. And Syngoniums are not predisposed to spider mites. They're really easy to care for. Absolutely fabulous plants. In love with it. You can see that it has variegation on here. You could also go with like an Albo Syngonium, which is going to have even more white, like the Alocasia Frydek did. But it's going to be really easy compared to the Alocasia Frydek. And then if you want something like pink, you could go with something like this Syngonium. This one's going to be way cheaper. This one's $8.99 for the neon pink Syngonium. This one here is called a pink lava, which I've never seen before. It's $32.99, so you could get something with like a little pink variegation on there. So here's another fun, uncommon plant. This one's called a Calathea White Fusion. And this Calathea, well, it's labeled Calathea Stella, so I don't know if that's different than a White Fusion, but to me it looks like a White Fusion, $18.99. Now these are absolutely beautiful, but again, Calathea are prone to, I don't know why the White Fusions seem to be prone to spider mites for me, and Calathea just in general are a little bit more particular on like watering, humidity, stuff like that. So instead of the Calathea White Fusion, you could do something like this. This is a Dracaena. It's really beautiful. Now the Calathea is pet friendly, it's non-toxic. Or you could do something like this. This is a Epipremnum, which is a Pothos, and they're so easy. This is a Pinatum Albo variegated, $18.99. Pretty uncommon. And then you could do something like this. This is another Pothos variety that's newer on the market. Epipremnum giganteum variegata 26. So these have nice variegation on the leaves. And then if you're looking for like a pet-friendly option, you could do a variegated Maranta. These are really cool. Big fan of these, and I find that these are like easier care than most Calathea are, and you don't see the variegated ones around that often. So let me see how much they have them here for. They're $20.99 for these. Really, really lovely. And I like how on the variegated parts it has like different, somewhat like pigmentation. It's really pretty. This is a Stanleyiana Monstera Albo. And you see them around at big box shops sometimes now. They were really, really rare for a long time. These are $24.99. And it's nice that they're becoming more available and they've gone down in price. But I know a lot of people actually struggle with care on this one, myself included. So again, you could go with one of the like Epipremnum or Pothos varieties like we saw over here. That looks very similar. Or you could even do like a variegated philodendron. That would be way easier. Let's see what kind this is. This is the White Princess. These are $17.99, and these are going to be really easy care. They also have some beautiful Mandula Pothos over there. Yeah, these are really pretty Mandula Pothos, $20.99 on those. This is another Monstera that I've personally struggled with, and it's the Siltepecana. They have these here for $15.99. They're really beautiful. They have a little bit of blue on the leaves, and again, like, this is in no way saying don't purchase these plants, because I'll continue to purchase these plants even if I do struggle with them. But there are some other options you could go with. This is a really cool Scindapsus. It's called a Jade Scindapsus, and you just don't see it around very often at all. And they have them here for $13.99, which is a great price. Now the leaves are a little bit bigger, but they do have that like dark green look, and they're just so easy. Any kind of Scindapsus pictus is going to treat you right. And I know a Jade is a favorite amongst people who can get their hands on them. And if you want to stay with the Monstera variety, because this is a Monstera, even though I struggle with the Siltepecana, I have a really easy time with the Adansonii. So you could go with an Adansonii. These are fabulous houseplants. How much are these? 23. Oh, Monstera Esqueleto. Okay, this is a really uncommon Adansonii. They have them here for $23.99, which is a steal. Let me show you what they look like when they get big. So this is the Esqueleto in its larger form. This one, they have it here for like $89. Super uncommon, hard to find, and an absolutely beautiful Monstera Esqueleto here. So this is another one I like sort of struggle with. This is the Amedrium Medium Silver. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the silver leaves of it. But again, this is so subjective. Some people would probably have no problems with this plant. I don't know why I have in the past. So here's what I'd recommend instead. The main distinguisher on that one is the silvery blue leaves, and this has similar silvery blue leaves that I absolutely love. This is such a great plant. This is a Philodendron Silver Sword, and this one is $9.99 for this really healthy Philodendron Silver Sword. Now again, when these get to their like adult form, they turn into like fingery, I don't know, like finger-like shape. So if you're looking for something with fenestration, you could get like an Anthurium fingers, which they don't have here. This is a Philodendron Tortum. This one's 50-50. I've had success with mine, but I know some people have struggled, and they have these here and they're $20.99. Just a really interesting Philodendron. Trying to think of some other ones that would fenestrate. You could go with a Monstera deliciosa. It's not a rare plant, but it will fenestrate. Some other really great plants they have here, they have this beautiful Ploumanii, and if you're looking for one that has like a little bit of silver on there, that's uncommon, but easy care, this one is a great one. It's the Pastazanum. They have them here for $38. Look how beautiful they are. They also have the Philodendron Mayoi for $38. Really large, beautiful ones. This is a great plant. And the Gloriosum. I struggle with the Philodendron Melanochrysum, but the Gloriosums have been fabulous. This one's here for $31. And then they have the Bietiae here as well. These are all really, really great easy care plants. This is a Philodendron Painted Lady, $31. Fabulous. Ring of Fire is a really good one. So these are all terrific options. I also stumbled across this Veitchii, which I can't believe they have this here. These are so cool once the leaves get huge, and these are $32. It's a great find. These are called the Burrow's Tail. It's not uncommon, but if you struggle with succulents, maybe go with a Hoya instead. They're very succulent-y in that they store a lot of water in their leaves, but you can find some really cool uncommon varieties. They bloom, which is really nice. I just think they're really easy, great houseplants. This one is an uncommon one. It's called a Huschkelliana, $27.99, and it's variegated. And if you give these a lot of light, the leaves turn pink, which is really cool. They also have the Australis Lisa, which is a lovely one, $27.99. This is the Crimson Princess over here. I was just taking a look at this, and they have staghorn ferns here. And you can get some other more uncommon fern varieties that are similar to staghorn ferns, and they're really nice plants, but maybe instead, because of the watering requirements for staghorn ferns and just ferns in general, you could go with like a snake plant. And these are whale fin snake plants. You could just get the single one whale fin, and these are $60, but you can get other whale fin snake plants for less, and they're just really wonderful. I'm a big fan of any snake plants. The staghorns are absolutely beautiful as well, don't get me wrong, but they're like opposite in care needs. All right, continuing Get This Not That Rare Plant Edition. I'm at this cool place called Flowerland, and they have so many great plants here. So here they have some melanochrysums, and these are just small melanochrysums. They have them here for $12.99. You'll also see them sometimes called philodendron black gold. And melanochrysums are so beautiful. I love the lush velvety leaves, and they're just really beautiful plants. They have a very delicate root system, and I don't know, for some reason I really struggle with melanochrysum, so here's what I'd recommend instead. You could get something like this. It looks so similar, doesn't it? This is a philodendron micans, and this is a large one that's in the adult form, so the leaves look similar to melanochrysum. Philodendron micans are really, really easy care philodendron. The only thing I would say is don't give them too much light, like right in a window where it's going to be blasting light on this plant. Mine has not appreciated that, and they also don't like to be having periods of drought. They will start to drop leaves and struggle a bit. So I would say just make sure you water it when it's about halfway dry and pull it away from the window a little bit, and it'll thrive. Here's some more philodendron micans. These are $24.99. Absolutely beautiful. I'd also recommend something like a philodendron choco red. This one is so beautiful, and it has those velvety leaves again, the heart-shaped ones. These have red on the backs of the leaves. I'm a huge fan of this one, and it's come down in price so much. This one's $24.99, which is such a great deal on that. For some reason, I have struggled with xanthosomas, and these aren't so rare or uncommon now. You can find them at the big box shops, but for some reason, I've just struggled with these. Instead, you could do something like this one, which is the Dieffenbachia Cool Beauty, which is a cool uncommon one now that's on the market, and it has the variegation on the outside of the Dieffenbachia leaves. Maybe a Monstera Thai Constellation. These are $39, and if you give them enough light, they'll put out some really beautiful variegation. This next one is the Philodendron Burl Marks. And I love burl marks. They're wonderful philodendrons, but this is the variegated one. You can see some of the variegation here, and even more so over on this side. Now, these plants are well known to revert back to solid green, and we pay a lot of money for them to be variegated. So what I'd either recommend is, like this one's $64, which isn't so bad. I paid way more than mine for that. With plant prices coming down, it's great. Again, this is a wonderful plant, so if it does revert back to green, you just have a beautiful green burl marks. The hard part is when we pay that extra money for the variegation and it just goes away. So what I'd recommend getting instead, something like a painted lady. Like this philodendron is so great. It's $29. So beautiful, so easy to care for. The variegation is stable. It's absolutely beautiful. You could also get like a Pariso Verde, something like this, or a Jose Bono. They don't have the Jose Bonos here. But this one's on sale. $34.99 for the Pariso. Trying to see if there's anything else. Like the Ring of Fire is a great philodendron. They have the Painted Lady here, or I'm sorry, not Painted Lady, the Pink Princess philodendron. They also have like the White Princess philodendron. I think that's what this one is here. Yeah, for $44. So many great choices. There's a Macaulay's Finale over here. That's a great philodendron. All right, there you have it. Those are based on the plants that they had at both of those plant shops, and they had such wonderful plants. And again, this is super subjective. I have to admit, I love all plants, so take it all with a grain of salt. Leave in the comments which plants you tend to stay away from and what plants you get instead, and the reasons why, if you like. Super helpful to everyone in the plant community that's trying to make some decisions, you know, on what plant to get. We've all been there. Subscribe if you like these types of videos in your newsfeed. We also have a great community on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook that we would love for you to be a part of. All right, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day and that I get to see you soon. Bye.